first of all, I referred to a predefined class called system in Java. Okay, system.arrayCopy. Okay, so this method actually is gonna actually copy another array. Okay, and we can see now. I'm gonna actually explain how this method actually works. Okay, the first argument, as you can see here, this is the first argument. Okay, integer array 1. Okay, so this first argument is the source. Okay, so this is our source. Okay, this is the array that we want to actually copy. Okay, the second argument, as you can see here, is the starting position in the source array. Okay, so this argument here, number 0, is the starting position. Okay, for example, this number 100 here, okay, is the starting position in the source array. Okay, and this array, this third argument, as you can see here, is the destination in which we copy. Okay, which is the same as the source in that case. Okay, as you can see here, this is actually the destination we want to actually copy. Okay, and this fourth argument, as you can see here, this number 0, as you can see, this is the starting position in the destination data. Okay, this is our destination data here, and this is the starting position in the destination data. Okay, and here, as you can see, this last argument here, as you can see, this final argument is actually the length of value we want to copy. So here we want to actually create another copy of this array. Okay, integer array 1, and this is our copy, integer array 1 copy, and this method array copy here that we actually called on this system class, as you can see, does that job for us. Okay, so this first argument is the source, this is the starting position actually in the source array, as you can see here. This is this third argument is the destination in which we copy. Okay, this is the destination. So this is our another array. This is integer array 1 copy. This is destination, and this fourth argument actually is the starting position in the destination data. Okay, this is the starting position in the destination data. Okay, and here this is the length of value we want to copy. Okay, so here in line 49 we want to actually output this array, these two arrays, to the screen. Okay, so in line 49 I actually called this method here, and this method actually accepts two arguments, and the first argument is integer array 1. Okay, and the second argument is txt int array 1, and here in line 50 again I called this method here, output the array to the screen, integer array 1 copy, txt int array 1 copy. Okay, so now let's actually run our project and see what happens. Okay, so now as you can see, our application is running on this emulator here, and this is int array 1 here, as you can see. So I can actually scroll to the left in order to see the other values, and this is int array 1 copy. Okay, so as you can see here, these values are actually the same as these values that are inside of this int array 1 here. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And now let's actually go back inside this main activity.java file here, and let's actually add some more lines of code here. Okay, inside of this onCreate method. So now I'm gonna actually paste in some lines of code here, and then I'm gonna explain to you what's going on here. Okay, so as you can see here, these are the lines of code that I actually pasted here. First of all, in line 54 I created a variable of type boolean. Okay, and the name of this variable is equal. Okay, and then here, as you can see, I actually referred to the name of this arrays class dot equals. So this method, this equals method, actually checks whether the values of two arrays are actually the same or not. Okay, are equal or not. So we want to actually specify whether the values of this integer array 1 are actually equal to the values that are inside of this integer array 1 copy or not. Okay, so here I called this class, I referred to the name of this class arrays dot equals integer array 1 integer array1 copy. Okay, and then in line 55 I referred to the name of this object SWT equal. So as you can see here, we created this object in line 26 here. This object is actually of type switch. Okay, so SWT dot set checked. Okay, and here as you can see, we can see this piece of code here, and here I referred inside of the parentheses, I referred to the name of this boolean variable. Okay, is equal. Okay, so here I am saying that if the value of this is equal variable is true, okay, then assign the value true to this setChecked method. Otherwise, if the value of this is equal variable is not true, so it is false. Okay, if the value of this is equal variable is not true, then assign the value false to this setChecked method. Okay, so this piece of code, as you can see here, this expression here actually returns a value of type boolean. Okay, so this piece of code returns maybe a false or a true value. Okay, and here I am saying that if the value of this is equal variable is true, okay, here this piece of code returns that true or false value, and then it's gonna actually assign that true or false value to this is equal variable. Okay, and here I am saying that if the value of this is equal variable is true, then assign the value true to this setChecked method. Otherwise, assign the value false to this setChecked method. Okay, if the value of this is equal variable is not true, assign the value false to this setChecked method. So hopefully that makes sense. And in line 56, as you can see here I want to specify the text of my SWT equal object, okay, of this switch object. So I just refer to the name of this object SWT equal dot set text. Okay, so here again, as you can see, so here I am saying that if the value of this is equal variable true, okay, if the value of this is equal boolean variable true, then assign the value, this text, this text, as you can see inside of this double quotes here, then assign this value to this set text here, as you can see here. Okay, assign this value to this set text method that is related to this object. Okay, the value of these arrays are equal. Okay, otherwise, if the value of this is equal boolean variable is not true, then assign this value not equal. Okay, this text, this string value, then assign this string value to this setText method here. Okay, so now let's actually run our project and see what happens. Okay, so now as you can see, our application is running on this emulator, and here we can see this text here that says the values of these arrays are equal, and this switch object, as you can see here, is actually checked on. Okay, the value of this switch object is actually true now. But as you can see here, the size of this text is actually a little small. So now let's actually go back inside this content underline main.xml, and here I need to click on this clear cache here, and now let's actually select this switch object here, and let's actually find the text size attribute. As you can see, this is the text size attribute, and here I can actually assign the value, for example 20, to this attribute here. And if I run my project again, let's see what happens. And now as you can see, our application is running on this emulator, and we can see this value here. The values of these arrays are equal. Okay, and the value of this switch object is actually true. Okay, this is checked on. Okay, and now let's actually go back inside this main activity.java file here. Let's actually comment out this line of code here that actually copies this integer array1 here, and then let's actually comment this line of code here. And now let's actually run our project again and see what happens. So now as you can see, our application is running on this emulator, and we can see the values that are actually inside of this int array1 copy. Okay, these are zeros here, and it says not equal. Okay, and the value of this switch object, as you can see, is off. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Let's actually go back inside this main activity.java file here, and let's actually uncomment this line of code here. And now I'm gonna actually paste in some more lines of code here, and then I'm gonna explain to you what's going on here, okay?